Welcome everyone for some Matsu Miners baseball here at Lee Jordan downtown Chugiak as the Matsu Miners will take on the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. Tonight, the Miners look to extend their win streak to 2 as the Chinooks are struggling lately and are on a 3-game losing streak. We hope everything is smooth sailing tonight. We have our own little hot spot, which should clear for you guys at home. If there is an issue of anything, feel free to comment in the live stream comment section, and we'll be able to attend to that as quickly as possible and do our best to clear things up as best as possible for you. Tonight, the Miners are looking to make some movement in the ABL. Right now, the standings show the Bucks are in first place at 4-1, Pilots 3-2, Miners are 2-3 on the year, 2 games back of first place, Oilers 2-3, and the Chinooks are 1-3. As I mentioned, they're on a 3-game losing streak as they lost to the Oilers last night 11-4, lost to the Bucks a couple days ago 5-3, and the Pilots 3-1, with their only win being against the Miners on opening day. The count. And here's the pitch. Curveball catches the outside part of the plate for strike 3. So Kirby is down looking on 3 straight strikes as number 2 Eric Webb will step up for the Miners. Miners lineup after Webb is Drew Williamson playing first tonight, Tanner Carlson following, Aaron Walters in the 5 spot as Ricky Martinez his second game as a Miner. It will be in the 6th spot as the first pitch to Webb outside for ball 1. And here's the 1-0 pitch to him. Inside for ball 2. So after 3 straight strikes, Eau Claire on the mound with 2 straight balls, and here's the 2-0 pitch to him. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Eau Claire attends University of Alabama Birmingham, and here's the 2-1 pitch to him. Swung on and missed again for strike 2. So just like that, Eau Claire battles his way back to even up the count at 2-2. And here's the 2-2 pitch to him. Thought about going to check over to the first base umpire, not in time, as the count will go full at 3-2. And here's the full count pitch to him. High for ball 4, so just like that, Webb will take first and get things going for the Miners tonight. And now up for the Miners is Drew Williamson. Williamson attends the University of Alabama as Eau Claire checks back at first, making sure Webb not going anywhere. And here's the first pitch to Williamson, low for ball 1. Finishing up the lineup for the Miners in 7 is number 29, Colin Montez. Batting 8th, Cody Huff. And batting 9th, Tyler Porter. So end things for the Miners. And here's the 1-0 pitch to Williamson. Line to left center field. That looks like it'll get down and go to the wall. Williamson thinking too. Will do that standing up. And Webb looking at home and will score easily. So the Miners get ahead early on in this ball game with a double by Williamson to bring in a run. So just like that, the Miners are on the board. Bringing up number 8, Tanner Carlson, as he now has a runner in scoring position and 1 out, as Eau Claire has already given up 1 run this inning, and the curveball in there for strike 1. Eau Claire looks at second, and here's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball low for ball 1. Williamson takes his lead at second. And here's the 1-1 pitch to Carlson. Popped up down the first base line in foul territory as Daniel Freeman over at first, unable to get there in time. Moves the count to 1-2 now. Williamson over at second, and here's the 1-2 pitch. Check swing went. Drop third strike, though, as Williamson will move to third, and Carlson will take first on the drop third strike. So a good heads-up play there by Carlson, realizing that he checked his swing and might as well went. Which will bring up Aaron Walters in the DH spot for this game, as he has runners on first and second, 1 out here in the top of the first, and the Miners looking to pull ahead early here. Eau Claire looks at third, making sure Williamson is still over there, and here's the first offering to Walters in there for strike 1. Oh, and 1 is the count for Eau Claire on the mound. Eau Claire, a Calera, Alabama native. Went to Calera High School, first team All-State and All-County in 2018. As he goes to University of Alabama, Birmingham, and studying kinesiology as he hits that outside part of the plate for strike 2. Defensively for the Chinooks, they got Jess Davis in center, Hayden Keller in left, Brandon Lodi in right, Joe Brazil at third, as Eau Claire checks over at first. Pate Fullerton at short, Mason Corbett at second, Daniel Freeman at first, and catching Tyler Eau Claire tonight is J. Paul Fullerton. And here's the 0-2 pitch outside for ball 1. Aaron Walters, attends Texas A&M, a Kerrville, Texas native. As in his previous season, went 213 for the Aggies with 6 RBIs. And here's the 1-2 pitch. In there for strike 3. Got him looking. As that'll be the second out for the Miners, as they still have runners on first and second. As Ricky Martinez will step up to the plate to see if he can bring anyone in with runners on first and third and 2 outs. Martinez had his first game for the Miners yesterday, as the first pitch to him is outside for ball 1. And his at-bats, he got hit by a pitch twice in that ball game, so he might be feeling that today as he goes ahead in the count 1-0. Williamson takes his lead at first, and the 1-0 pitch is popped up. Mason Corbett gets called off by Pate Fullerton at short to end the inning for the Miners. So the Miners pull ahead early in the top of the first as they lead 1-0. Chinooks' first time at bat coming up next here on YouTube Live. And we're back here at the bottom of the first as the Chinooks are behind now 1-0 with that Drew Williamson double in the top of the first. Defensively for the Miners, George Arias on the mound as he is 0-1 on the year in 3 2/3 innings pitched. Gave up 4 runs on 4 hits with 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, and that was against the Chinooks on opening day as he looks to face Jess Davis in the leadoff spot for the Chinooks as first pitch ball as Davis is ahead in the count 1-0. And here's the 1-0 pitch to him. In there for strike 1. Following Davis is number 18, Brandon Cody. Following that, Hayden Keller, and cleanup is Ethan English. Daniel Freeman batting 5th, and here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. 6, 7, 8, J. Paul Fullerton to Mason Corbett to Joe Brazil. And rounding things out for the Chinooks is number 7, Pate Fullerton. And here's the 1-2 pitch. In there for strike 3. Got him looking. Gets that outside part of the plate there as Arias is off to a great start with 1 at-bat and 1 strikeout. George Arias, Arizona University student. Has 6.3 ERA in his past season with them as the curveball in there for strike 1 to Brandon Cody. as Brandon Cody's a Corona, California native, as the 0-1 pitch is grounded to Tyler Porter at first. The throw to Tyler Porter at second, excuse me, threw over to first to Drew Williamson in time for out number 2. So Arias very efficient here in this top of the first inning. 2 batters, 2 outs, as he has to face Hayden Keller now. First pitch to him, fastball in there for strike 1. And here's the 0-1 pitch to him. Lined straight to Tyler Porter at second, as he'll make the catch for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down for the Chinooks, as that'll do it for him. And we'll have the Miners 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up next here on YouTube. And here we are on the top of the second, as the Miners lead 1-0. Leading off for the Miners is Colin Montez, as the 7, 8, 9 hitters are due for the Miners here in this top of the second inning. As Eau Claire toes the mound, and we get ready for the second inning. First pitch outside for ball 1. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled straight back for strike 1. Miners' third base coach is Dave Dennis, and the first base coach is Jeff Erlab, as the Miners are head coached by Tyler LeBrun. And here's the 1-1 pitch outside for ball 2. 2-1 pitch popped up to right field. Brandon Lodi under it, and that'll be it for out number 1. Brandon Cody, excuse me. As Cody Huff will look to see if he can get things going for the Miners here. And here's the first offering to him in there for strike 1. Great fastball command there by Eau Claire on the mound. And here's the 0-1 pitch to him. Grounded to third base. Joe Brazil unable to make the play, as Cody Cuff will get in there with a potential error, potential infield hit. That was a tough hit ball to third baseman Joe Brazil that just wasn't able to come up with it. Here at Lee Jordan Field, the infield is all turf, just like Mokai Stadium in Anchorage. The word was not coming out for me as the first offering to Tyler Porter. Low for ball one, and they will charge that an error to third baseman Joe Brazil. So mark that down as an E5 to give Cody Huff. And pickoff attempt, not in time. One 0 pitch in there for strike one. Got Porter looking there, and the count will go to 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch, just fouled for strike two. We apologize again if there's some technical difficulty, some buffering. Been looking for solutions to make this as clear as possible for you guys out there, and it seems that the Wi-Fi at the stadium and on the hotspot are going in and out as the 1-2 pitch misses outside for ball two. So count moves to 2-2 with a runner on first is Cody Huff. As Eau Claire toes the mound, and here's a 2-2 pitch. Catches the inside corner for strike three. Got him looking. As that will be the third strikeout on the day for Eau Claire on the mound. As top of the lineup for the Miners, Justin Kirby, who is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout looking as well. And here's Eau Claire's first pitch to him. Grounded straight back to the pitcher, gets by to Mason Corbett to throw to first in time for out number 3. So nothing doing for the Miners there as they still lead 1-0. And we'll go into the bottom half of the second coming up next. And here we are back in the bottom half of the second inning. George Arias looking to continue his dominating trend as he was 3 of 3 down in a perfect first inning. Looking to keep that going here as he'll face off against designated hitter Ethan English. First pitch swinging to shortstop, Ricky Martinez. The throw to first will be in time for out number 1. So just like that, 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom half of the second inning. As Daniel Freeman, first baseman, up at the plate for the Chinooks. Behind home plate umpire is Marcos Dolan, as the first pitch to Freeman inside for ball 1. First base umpire is Joe Munoz, and third base umpire is Scott Johnstone, and here's the 1-0 pitch. Low for ball 2. Tonight at Lee Jordan Field is Field of Dreams night. It looked like a fan gets a can of corn to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Field of Dreams and also the 100th anniversary of the Chicago White Sox scandal. That was what the movie was based on, as the count goes to 3-0 to Arias. And here's a 3-0 pitch to Freeman inside for ball 4. So Freeman will get on base with the walk, bringing up J. Paul Fullerton to see what he can do with the Chinooks. J. Paul Fullerton out of Searcy, Arkansas, attends University of Alabama, Birmingham, along with his pitcher Eau Claire. And here's the first pitch to him. Hits the outside part of the plate for strike 1. So Arias, that just gave up 4 straight balls, has short-term memory loss and attacks him right away with a strike. And here's that 1 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. So just like that, Arias is ahead in the count, 0-2. And runner goes. And will be there in time as Daniel Freeman left pretty much before Arias even threw the ball. Got a really great jump there as he'll take second easily on the stolen base. And the count moves to 1-2. So Daniel Freeman's now at second. J. Paul Fullerton at the plate, and here's the 1-2 pitch. Low for ball 2. Just misses there with the fastball. J. Paul Fullerton in his previous college season batted .341. And here's the 2-2 pitch to him. In the dirt for ball 3. As it's calling for a small chance of rain later on. The next 3 hours are around 30% chance of rain. As Arias toes the mound, here's the payoff pitch. Fouled straight back as Fullerton will stay alive. The count remaining 3-2. Lee Jordan Field situated right in front of 2 mountains that give it its backdrop. Some fans are piling onto the mountain to the left of us to watch a free game of baseball. And here's the payoff pitch. Popped up. Ricky Martinez says he's got it, and he does for out number 2. As that'll do it, be out number 2 for the Chinooks in this inning. Although they're still threatening with a man on second, as Mason Corbett will come to the plate for the Chinooks. And here's the first offering to him. Lined into right field, just foul though. So Mason Corbett makes some pretty solid contact there, but just goes foul as Arias will get ahead in the count, 0-1. Freeman takes his lead at second. Arias glances over, glances back at the catcher, and here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. So Arias now way ahead in the count, 0-2, facing off against Mason Corbett as he attends Texas A&M. Batted .333 in this past season, as here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that'll do it for the Chinooks here in the bottom of the second. They leave a runner stranded at second as Arias was able to pitch out of that one as the Miners lead 1-0 going into the top of the third. And welcome back to Lee Jordan Field as the Miners lead 1-0 going in the top of the third. As Eric Webb leads it off for the Miners as the Miners go 2-3-4 here. First pitch to him inside for ball 1. Eric Webb, first plate appearance, was walked to first base, later scoring the run. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Curveball catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. As Miners only have 1 hit on the night, no errors. And here's the 1-1 pitch to him. Inside for strike 2. So Eclair jumps ahead 1-2 in the count. And here's the 1-2 pitch to him. Curveball inside for ball 2. So Miners are 2-0 when they strike first. So let's see if they can keep that trend tonight as the 2-2 pitch fouled off as Eric Webb stays alive. Eric Webb, St. Peters, Missouri native, and here's the 2-2 pitch high for ball 3, and the count will go full. So St. Peters, Missouri native, goes to Central Missouri University. Batted .419 in his previous season with 75 RBIs as the full count pitch fouled off, and the count will remain 3-2. Eau Claire likes the sign, and here's the payoff pitch. Fouled off. Might stay in play, will not. As another fouled off pitch will keep the count full at 3-2. Good to see Webb hacking away here until he sees a pitch that he likes. A good battle mentality out of Webb. As Eau Claire shakes off 2 straight pitches, gets the one he likes, and here's the payoff pitch. Fouled off again, straight back, and the count will remain full. So we have a good old battle here as 3 straight foul balls to keep the count full. And here's the payoff pitch. Curveball outside, and Webb will win that battle with another walk in the ball game as he's in his 2 plate appearances with 2 straight walks to him, as the Miners will have a runner on first. No outs as Drew Williamson will step up to the plate. Hot hitting first baseman for the Miners, as he's 1 for 1 tonight with a double and an RBI. First pitch swinging. Tried to make contact on that one. That could have gone on top of that mountain and straight away center if he made contact with that, but falls behind 0-1 in the count. Webb takes his lead at first as he goes. Pitch outside the throw to second, not in time, as Webb will steal that base. That pitch missed outside for ball 1. So Williamson now another great opportunity for an RBI here, as a double in the first scored Webb from first. So now let's see what he can do with Webb on second, as the count evens at 1-1. And here's the pitch from Eau Claire. Outside for ball 2. Count goes to 2-1. Man on second here in the top of the third. Miners threatening here with no outs and a man on second. And here's the 2-1 pitch to Williamson. Outside for ball 3. So Williamson with the hitter's count at 3-1, with Webb on second. Williamson definitely has some wiggle room here with the count at 3-1. Sees a pitch he likes, he can jack it. If he doesn't, as he swings and misses for strike 2. Count will go full. Back-to-back full count at bats for Eau Claire on the mound. Getting his pitch count up a little bit here early on. And here's the payoff pitch. Curveball misses for ball 4, so walks 2 in a row to give the Miners first and second base with no outs, as Tanner Carlson will step up to the plate, as he was able to reach in his first plate appearance on the drop third strike. And now he has runners on first and second, no outs here in the top of the third. Eau Claire toes the mound, checks off at second, and here's the first pitch to him, bunted to Eau Claire. The throw to first will be in time for out number 1. So Tanner Carlson with the sacrifice bunt to move runners over to second and third. As Aaron Walters will see what he can do now with runners on second and third, 1 out. And he is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout looking in the first. And here's the first pitch to him. Catches that outside part of the plate for strike 1. Common theme so far is that outside part of the plate. Umpire's been calling it all game, and every single time the hitters just look at him in disbelief. And here's the 0-1 offering to him. Swung on, foul tip straight back into the catcher's glove, and the count will go to 0-2. So Eau ahead on Walters as he's ahead 0-2. 1 out with Williamson at second and Webb on third. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Popped up to center field. Will that be deep enough as Jess Davis makes the catch? The throw to home will actually go to third as the Miners will score there, extending their lead 2-0 on that sacrifice fly. So back-to-back sacrifices by the Miners to give them the lead 2-0. So Webb is in charge of the Miners' 2 runs tonight as Williamson still at second with 2 outs. As Ricky Martinez, Baylor University player, will step into the plate as he's ahead now 1-0. 2 outs with a man on second. Williamson gets his sign from third base coach Dave Dennis. At second, Eau Claire gets his sign from the catcher, and here's the 1-0 pitch in the dirt for ball 2. So Ricky Martinez ahead early here, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the third as the Miners extend their lead already 2-0. As they only have 1 hit on the night. And here's the 2-0 offering to Martinez. Grounded to shortstop Pate Fullerton. The throw to first will be in time for out number 3. So the Miners will extend their lead in the top of the third, making the score 2-0. And we'll have that bottom of the third action coming up next. And we're back here in the bottom of the third inning. George Perry is still dominating on the mound. As through 2 innings, he has 2 strikeouts and 1 walk. As he has given up no hits so far through 2 innings. As he will face off against Joe Brazil, Pate Fullerton, and Jess Davis in this inning. And here's the first offering to Brazil. Inside for ball 1. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Inside again for ball 2. 2-0 pitch to Brazil. Inside again. So misses 3 times in a row for 3 straight balls for Arias as he falls behind 3-0 in the count. 3-0 pitch low for ball 4. So Joe Brazil will take first base on the walk as the Chinooks will have a man on first and no outs here in the bottom half of the third inning. Tonight's forecast right now is 64 degrees. At 8 o'clock, though, 50% chance of rain, and that will lower to 40% at 9 and 10, and then the sunset projected to be at 11:35 tonight here in the state of Alaska, as Pate Fullerton will come up to the plate for the Chinooks, as he has a man on first, as Arias will attempt to pick off there, but not in time. So Pate Fullerton out of Searcy, Arkansas. Brothers on the team with J. Paul Fullerton, the catcher. And here's the first offering to him outside for ball 1. These past 3 days have been very nice for baseball. Pretty clear skies. High in the 60s, low 70s, as the minor's been grateful to have some great baseball here in the state of Alaska. As Arias will attempt another pickoff, but not in time. Just trying to keep the man close to first. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Catches that outside part of the plate for strike 1. Fullerton attends Jefferson Community College. Bats .311 with an on-base percentage of .483. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Looks to bunt, will get that down. Catcher Cody Huff will barehanded the throw to first in time for out number 1, as Joe Brazil will move into scoring position on the sacrifice bunt. As top of the lineup for the Chinooks, number 22, Jeff Davis will step in and see what he can do with a man on scoring position. And 1 out, as in his previous at-bat in the first inning, he struck out looking. And here's the first pitch to him. Brazil will go on third. The throw over will not be in time. A little bit of a wide throw there. Still a close play at third, but Brazil will be 90 feet away from giving the Chinooks their first run on the ball game. And here's the 1-0 pitch, lined into left field. That will drop and bobbled by Eric Webb. Will give Jess Davis the opportunity to take second. So the Chinooks will score on that RBI single by Jess Davis, as they cut their lead to 1 now, and still threatening here in the bottom half of the third inning with Jess Davis at second. Davis bouncing around at second. Curveball in there for strike 1, as right fielder Brandon Cody up at bat for the Chinooks. As Arias steps off the mound momentarily, will step right back on. And will kick and deal for the 0-1 pitch, fouled out of play for strike 2. There. So Arias ahead. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And with that hit from Jess Davis will be his first hit on the ball game of Arias. So he went through the entire lineup without giving up a hit to the Chinooks. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Runner goes. The throw over to third will be in time. So strike him out, throw him out, double play there by the Miners to end the inning as Jess Davis gets caught stealing at third. Brandon Cody strikes out at the plate, and that'll do it for the Chinooks in the bottom half of the third inning, but they do strike for their first time tonight as they will still trail the Miners 2-1 as we go into the top of the fourth. I'm throwing it over to Brandon Monty as he'll be the play-by-play man for the fourth, fifth, and sixth inning. And we'll be right back here on YouTube.
Brandon Monty here with you in the top half of the fourth at Lee Jordan Field in beautiful Chugiak, Alaska, as the Miners leading the Chinooks 2-1 through the first three innings of this one. 7-8-9 coming up for Tyler LeBron's Miners as Colin Montez digs in, as the first pitch to him, a fastball that misses away. 1-0 our count. Tyler O'Clair making his second appearance on the season for the Chinooks against the Miners as the 1-0 to Montez, a fastball this time catching the outside corner for a called strike one. Montez digging in, got his first RBI of the season last night in the Miners' win over the Glacier Pilots as a fastball nearly runs in and gets him, but he's able to dodge it. 2-1. Colin Montez just finished his sophomore year at Washington State. As the outfielder digs in and awaits the 2-1, a fastball just missing outside, so hitters count now for Montez, 3-1. Tyler O'Clair working from the left side of the rubber. At the belt, delivers a 3-1 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, so Montez draws a leadoff walk on 5 pitches, and the Miners have a base runner to start their half of the fourth. That's going to bring up number 17, the 8th hitting catcher, Cody Huff. Huff making his Miners debut last night, as it'll be a righty-on-righty matchup here against O'Clair. Now working from the stretch, still on the left side of the rubber. Checks Montez at first and deals. Swung on and missed on the first pitch there by Huff, so he's down 0-1. 2 runs, 1 hit, and 1 error for the Miners here so far. For the Chinooks, 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error. O'Clair ready at the belt. Gets his sign. Deals. Montez goes, and it's a hit and run, and it works to perfection to right field as Montez is able to get over to third, and Huff is in with his first hit as a Miner. So Montez took off, and Cody Huff was able to hit it where the second baseman would normally play as he was going over to second to cover for the stolen base. So the hit and run is a thing of beauty there. So the Miners now have runners at first and third, nobody down. A prime RBI opportunity for Tyler Porter.
Montez almost got nailed by that ball. The ball just missed him, and he was looking into right field, almost tripped over that second base bag as well. So great play by Montez to be able to get 3 on that one.
Runners at the corners, nobody down, 2-1 Miners lead as the first pitch to Porter is looked at on the outside corner for a called strike one. Porter gets his sign from first base coach Jeff Erlab. Digs into the right batter's box, righty on lefty matchup here. O'Clair ready at the belt and throws over to first. as it's picked by Freeman. As Eau Claire keeping an eye out for Cody Huff. 0-1 our count. Porter set down on strikes his first time aboard. Looking to redeem himself here and extend the Miners' lead as the 0-1 pitch to him is lofted into left field, and that's going to get down in front of left fielder Hayden Keller for a base hit and give him an RBI as well as Montrott's in standing, and he scores the third run of the game. It's 3-1 Miners now in the fourth. And that's going to lead to a visit to the mound by Chinooks catcher J. Paul Fullerton as he'll have a word with Tyler Eau Claire. So the Miners extend their lead to 1, excuse me. They've now scored in the first, the third, and the fourth. And they're threatening for more here as there's still nobody down, and an opportunity for a rally here from Tyler LeBrun's squad as it's back to the top of the order with Justin Kirby digging in. Kirby digs in after getting his sign. Eau Claire still working from the stretch, delivers first pitch fastball, misses in the dirt and away for ball 1. Chinooks come into this game on a 3-game losing streak, while the Miners picked up a victory last night, their first road victory of the year against the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Miners 2-3, Chinooks 1-3 so far in this young 2019 ABL season. Kirby digs in. The 1-0 offering to him is a fastball at the knees for a called strike 1, so we're even now at 1-1. Kirby 0 for 2 on the day thus far, as Porter takes 3 steps off first. Huff gets his lead at second. Eau Claire gets his sign from Fullerton. He's got what he likes. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball breaks a little too low there, so Kirby ahead in the count now, 2-1. Kirby steps back in, looking to extend this lead for the Miners. A prime RBI opportunity here for the Miners' leadoff hitter. They lead at 3-1, threatening for more as a 2-1 pitch, a fastball that's in there at the knees once again for a called strike 2. So we're even now at 2 apiece. Justin Kirby, the reigning MAC freshman of the year, the first Kent State player to hit 3 home runs in a game since Drew Saylor did it back in 2005. The 2-2 pitch to him is fouled off to the right side, and that's going to get out of play and be a souvenir. Remember, folks, if a foul ball does damage to your car, you can always visit the fine folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. For more information, visit www.napaalaska.com. Eau Claire ready at the belt, working from the stretch. Checks the runner at second. 2 on the way, nearly gets Kirby as the fastball runs inside. So we're even now at 3-2. Pretty cool night for baseball here tonight. Temperature around 60 degrees, wind blowing to the east towards right field at about 10 miles per hour. But still a good night for a ball game nonetheless. Eau Claire checks the runner again at second. 3-2 pitch is grounded towards the hole at third. It's going to get through for a base hit. Huff running third. He's on the way home. There will be a play at the plate. The throw is not in time as Huff able to evade the tag. And the second run of the inning comes across for the Miners on an RBI single by Kirby. And that's going to lead to a mound visit. There is a right-hander getting loose in the Chinooks bullpen, as manager John Groth is coming out and he signals to his pen. And we're going to have a pitching change here in the fourth. Miners threatening to break this one open early. They lead the Chinooks 4-1 as a pitching change coming in the top of the fourth. We'll tell you who it is after this short break. New hurler on the mound for the Chinooks, as it'll be Joseph Leavitt towing the slab for the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks, a right-hander out of Biola University, just finished his junior year, 6'2", 180 pounds by way of Garden Grove, California. A 3.74 ERA this past year at Biola, as the first pitch to Eric Webb is a line shot to center, and that's going to get down for another base hit. Porter is rounding third. He gets the signal from David Ennis, and he will score standing. So 3 consecutive RBI singles here for the Miners, as the bats are coming alive early and often here at Lee Jordan Field, as they now lead this one 5-1. So still nobody down here. Same situation as the last at-bat. On, nobody out, with perhaps the most dangerous hitter in this Miner lineup in Drew Williamson digging in. The first pitch to him is a changeup that misses away. So 1-0 the count now to the Miners' left-handed hitting first baseman. Leavitt 1-1 at Biola this past year. 21 2/3 innings of work, 13 appearances, all of which came out of the bullpen, as the 1-0 pitch to Williamson, a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike one. Williamson has already driven a run home in this one, the first one of the game for that matter, on a line shot RBI double to the left center field gap. Leavitt checks the runner at second. He's ready, and the pitch is grounded towards the hole at first. Up with it is Freeman. He flips it back over to Leavitt, and it's just barely in time, as Freeman was checking the runners and then flipped it over to first. Got Williamson by about a little less than a step. It was a bang-bang play over at first, but in the meantime, both runners move up 90 feet, so 2 men in scoring position now for the cleanup hitting Tanner Carlson. Carlson digs in. Righty on righty matchup here, the infield playing in. Leavitt gets his sign, working from the stretch off the left side of the rubber. The first pitch, breaking ball in the dirt. Carlson wise to lay off that one, as he's ahead in the count, 1-0. The Miners up 5-1 here in the top half of the fourth. 5 hits already for them, as the 1-0 pitch to Carlson, another breaking ball, and once again in the dirt. So he's ahead now, 2-0. .325 to the left field foul pole here at Lee Jordan Field. 400 at dead center, and about .365 to both left and right center. 2-0 count to Carlson. He digs in and swings and fouls it right back to the catcher's glove. So strike one. As the Miners well on their way to getting some revenge here against the Chinooks after that 10-2 loss to start the year at Herman Brothers Field, as the 2-1 pitch to Carlson is popped up to the right side. Drifting over is Freeman, but he's not going to be able to get this one as it gets out of play. We're even now, 2-2. Carlson comes from Long Beach State University. He's got the start at third base for the Miners in every game so far this season. A native of Elk Grove, California, with an opportunity to add one or maybe even 2 more to the Miners' lead here, as he lines one to left center field, and that's going to drop in front of Jess Davis for another base hit. Kirby's going to score easily. The throw home to get Webb, not in time, as he slides in safe. And the rally continues here for the Valley's finest in the top half of the fourth, as they've now put a 5 spot on the scoreboard. They lead it 7-1. As Carlson does his part, chipping in with a 2-run single to left center. As the Miners threatening to break it open here early. 7-1 now, their best offensive output of the season thus far, as the first pitch to Aaron Walters fouled off to the left side out of play, so he's down 0-1. Walters digging in. He's already got one RBI to his credit as well via a sacrifice fly as Leavitt throws over to first, but Carlson able to dive back safely. So 0-1 the count here. There's still only one man down, as this has definitely been the biggest offensive inning thus far on this 2019 season for the Miners, as the 0-1 to Walters, a changeup that misses low below the knees, so we're even now at one apiece. Righty on lefty matchup here as Leavitt leans in and gets his sign from catcher J. Paul Fullerton. He's got what he likes. Here's the 1-1 pitch, is hit out to left center field. Calling off his Hayden Keller. He takes about 5 steps back and makes the catch for out number 2. So Walters set down, and that'll bring up the right-handed hitting shortstop Ricky Martinez. Martinez, one of several Miners who have made his debut here over the last couple of days, as we're starting to see just about everyone listed on the roster making their way into Alaska. Martinez looking to keep it going with 2 down, runner on first as Leavitt throws back over to first, and Carlson able to get back standing. Leavitt, 16 strikeouts this past year compared to just 6 walks at Biola University, as the 0-0 is in the dirt. It gets away from Fullerton, and Carlson is able to slide into second. There's no play, a stolen base here, so now a runner once again in scoring position. So Ricky Martinez with an opportunity to make it 6 here in the top half of the 4th for the Miners. Leavitt checks the runner at second, working from the stretch, deals a breaking ball that catches the outside corner. Don't think Martinez quite agreed with that one, but regardless, the count even now at 1-1. Martinez digs back in, righty on righty matchup here. Leavitt gets the sign that he likes, and the pitch is another breaking ball and another called strike, this time on the inside corner. So 1-2 now the count, with 2 down and a runner on second. Leavitt leans in, working from the left side of the rubber from the belt, deals, and a 1-2 fastball misses low. So 2-2 now the count. Leavitt, 7 appearances without allowing 1 earned run in the 2019 college season. Opponents hit .268 against him this past year. The 2-2 in the dirt. Martinez chases strike 3, and the throw down to first by Fullerton is in time, and the side is retired, but not before the Miners break it open here in the top half of the 4th, putting up a 5 spot. They now lead the Chinooks 7-1. Chinooks coming to bat in the bottom of the 4th when we come back. Back here in the bottom of the fourth as George Arias' first pitch is a called strike one to Hayden Keller. 7-1 now, Miners in control as the 0-1 to Keller misses low in the dirt for that matter, so 1-1. The Miners with their best offensive half inning of the season thus far in the top of the fourth as the 1-1 from Arias misses just a bit inside, 2-1. They took that one run allowed by Arias in the third there and turned it into 5 for themselves in the top half of the fourth in response. As Arias has looked very sharp thus far, allowing just 1 hit and 1 run. 7-1, the Miners lead it here, bottom of the fourth, as the 3-1 to Keller is lined, deflects off Arias' foot and gets into left field for a single, and Arias is down, and you never want to see this, as that ball was hard back up the middle.
You see Jeff Erlap sprint from the dugout too to hurry up and warm a pitcher up in the bullpen to see if Arias can stay in the game, and he's pitching so well too, just to see that happen.
A tough break here as the trainer rushed out to the field immediately to attend to Arias as he's able to get back up. And it looks like, we'll see, Arias a tough kid. And that was a hard hit ball. It looked like it ricocheted off either his foot or his ankle. Either way, that one's going to sting. A leadoff single for Keller as the Miners attending to their starter, and they're having some laughs out there. So he looks to be okay, and he'll return to the mound. And he'll probably throw a couple here just to see if he's all right and if he can continue. So we'll take a quick break here. When we come back, still 7-1 Miners. We're back here at Lee Jordan Field after a scare there for George Arias. Liner deflected off his foot. Good news is he's back and appears to be okay as he drops a first pitch breaking ball in there for a called strike one to the Chinooks cleanup hitter, Ethan English. English grounded out to short his first time aboard. Arias now working from the stretch. Throws back over to first as Keller able to dive in safely. Keller homered his last time out against the Miners. He was batting in the 9-hole that game, but has been upgraded to the 3 spot by manager John Groth as the 0-1 pitch, a changeup, paints the inside corner for a called strike 2. So Arias now ahead in the count, 0-2. As English digs back in, righty on righty matchup here. Arias working from the stretch. He's ready at the belt. Swung on and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 3 straight pitches, and Arias looks okay to me after that sequence as he strikes out English on 3 straight for out number 1. That'll bring up Daniel Freeman. He walked his last time aboard. Arias ready now. Another righty on righty matchup as the first pitch is in there for a called strike 1. And Arias throwing darts out there. Good command of the zone as the breaking ball did exactly what it was supposed to there. So 0-1. 1 man on, 1 man out. Keller with about a 3-step lead off first. And as I say that, Arias throws over to keep Keller in check. 7 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Miners, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for the Chinooks as the 0-1 is swung on and missed. A fastball goes right by Freeman, so he's down 0-2. Notice there's a lot of fans out in left field taking advantage of this mountain here, trying to get the best view possible of Lee Jordan Field. A nice backdrop here, a couple of mountains, good scenery as the 0-2 swung on and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night for the second consecutive batter. Arias sets down the 4 and 5 hitters of this Chinooks lineup on 6 straight pitches, as he is in a zone now as the number 6 hitting catcher J. Paul Fullerton digs in. Fullerton popped out to the shortstop Ricky Martinez his first time aboard, and now he lines one down the right field line. This could be extra bases. And around third, coming home is Hayden Keller. He will score standing. So the Chinooks able to get one back here in the bottom of the 4th. Their second run of the game. Trail at those 7-2 as they try to chip away at this deficit. As J. Paul Fullerton picks up an RBI double, so roles reversed here. Runner on second once again with 2 down, and that'll bring up the 7th hitting second baseman Mason Corbett. Righty on lefty matchup here. Corbett digs in with an open stance in the right batter's box. The first pitch to him, a fastball catching the inside corner for a called strike 1. Arias went 3 2/3 his last time out against the Chinooks. He's gotten to that point now, looking to work his way out here and limit the damage to just 1 run as a 0-1 fastball misses away, so 1-1 now the count. Arias in his last outing against the Chinooks, 3 2/3, 4 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks to his credit as he checks the runner at second and deals 1-1. The fastball misses just a little bit low, so Corbett now ahead in the count 2-1 with a runner on second, 2 down. Miners still leading at 7-2 here in this bottom of the 4th. Miners looking to even the slate thus far on this young 2019 ABL season, looking for win number 3 in 6 tries. Arias checks the runner at second. He's ready. The 2-1 swung on and tipped back into the catcher's glove. So we're even now. 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at second. Arias, the Tucson, Arizona native. Chinooks hitting .267 against him prior to the start of this one. Just 3 hits allowed through 4 as the 2-2 is fouled off to the left, and that one's going to get out of play and be a souvenir. Remember, folks, a foul ball can do some serious damage to your car. And if you are the unlucky recipient of a foul ball, you can always visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more details. 2-2 on the way from Arias. A fastball tried to get him to chase upstairs, but the fish weren't biting. So 3-2 the count. Arias ready. Leans in and gets his sign from catcher Cody Huff. He nods. He's got what he likes. Here comes a 3-2 offering. Is driven to the left side. foul on the fly, and that one will get out of play, so we'll do it again, 3-2. Arias made 21 appearances this past year for the Arizona Wildcats, one start, went 30 2/3 innings, no decisions. The 3-2 once again is upstairs, ball 4. So Corbett draws a walk, worked the count, and he'll fill the open base at first. So Chinooks now 2 men on, 2 men out, and the number 8 hitting third baseman Joe Brazil steps in. Brazil entering this game was just 2 of 14 and still is that way. He walked back in the third as pitching coach Jeff Erlab is going to go have a word with his starter, as there is a left-hander getting loose in the Miners bullpen, but it looks like this mound visit will be just to calm Arias down and have a quick conversation with him as the infield gathers in as well.
We've been checking on the silent auction item tonight as we celebrate Field of Dreams. It's an autographed photograph of the actor. It says Kevin Costner's dad in Field of Dreams, actor Dwyer Brown. It's up to $40. The bidding will go on till about the top of the ninth inning.
So Jeff Erlab, conversation over on the mound as he pays a visit to Arias, and a quick few words for catcher Cody Huff here. So Arias steps back onto the rubber, looking to get out of a jam here in the bottom of the fourth. Miners still leading at 7-2, but the Chinooks threatening. They've got 2 on, 2 down, and the 8th hitting right-handed third baseman Joe Brazil digging in. Brazil ready, the first pitch to him, a fastball that misses upstairs, ball 1. Arias, 26 strikeouts this past year at Arizona. He also had a save to his credit. He's ready, working from the letters, checks the runner at second, the 1-0 pitch, a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike one. Beautiful pitch there by the Miners right-hander. So we're even at 1-1. Winds pick up a bit. Now blowing towards left center field. Arias ready, the 1-1 offering, another breaking ball, and Brazil barely able to fight it off out of play to the right side. So Arias ahead in the count, 1-2 with 2 down. Miner, this is the second game of a 7-game road trip for the Miners. They'll be back in action tomorrow against their rivals, the Anchorage Bucks. One will be at Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage. The Miners will follow that one up with a doubleheader on the 13th. Once again, against the Bucks, the second time those two teams would have met in a doubleheader, as Arias steps off. Brazil steps out of the box, takes a couple of practice hacks, and digs back in. And Huff now going to go have a word with Arias here on the mound. Perhaps maybe trying to clear up some signals, their communication. Remember, there's a lot of new players coming in. These players come from different schools. It can take a little while for them to adjust to one another. 19 different colleges represented for the Miners this year. Similar numbers more likely for every team, as many players from many different walks of life come to play out in the ABL on a year-to-year basis. As Arias ready, checks the runner, and the 1-2, a fastball that's fouled off to the right side, and that will once again get out of play. So we'll do it again, 1-2 our count. Righty on righty matchup here, as Brazil has fought off a couple of tough pitches here in this at-bat from Arias. He leans in, right arm out, he gets his sign. Working from the middle of the rubber, checks the runner again at second, 1-2, and Brazil just trying to stay alive here as he fends off a fastball on the outside corner, out of play to the right side, and once again, the count remains 1-2. The Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks 18-26 this past season. They were eliminated by the Miners in the 2018 ABL playoffs 2-0. But they got the best of the Miners in meeting one of the season back on opening day as a breaking ball swung on and missed. Beautiful pitch there by Arias to retire Brazil and retire the side. Chinooks get one back in the bottom of the fourth, but the Miners still lead it 7-2 through 4 here at Lee Jordan Field. Colin Montez will lead things off for the Miners here in the top of the fifth as they look to continue what's been an offensive onslaught to this point. They lead at 7-2 as the first pitch to Montez is driven out to right field. Camping underneath it is Brandon Cody. He will make the catch. So one pitch, one out to start the fifth for the Miners as Joseph Leavitt back on the mound for inning number 5. Cody Huff digging in. Huff, a right-handed hitter by way of Scottsdale, Arizona, just finished up at Scottsdale High School. The righty-on-righty matchup here as Leavitt working from the windup deals. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike one. Cody Huff, a Stanford commit, playing catcher today, but can also play in the infield as the 0-1 pitch to him is in the dirt and bounces up off the chest of J. Paul Fullerton. So we're even now at 1-1 with one out. The 1-1 pitch on the way to Huff is chopped foul to the left side, so he's down now 1-2. Huff singled in his last at-bat, and that was in last inning as the Miners batted around in the top half of the fourth en route to putting up a 5 spot. The 1-2 pitch to Huff is looked at just a little bit low on the breaking ball there. Ball 2, and the count even now at 2-2. Things starting to cool off a little bit here at Lee Jordan Field. Temperatures dipping while the wind is picking up just a bit as the 2-2 pitch to Huff is lined to third, but Brazil able to corral it, throws across the diamond, and it gets away from the first baseman, Freeman, as Brazil one-hopped it to first. Freeman wasn't quite able to pick it, so that one will more than likely go down as an E5.
Second one on the night for him.
Was going to be a tough play nonetheless. That ball was smoked off the bat to the third baseman, Brazil. He backhanded it off a one-hop, but couldn't make the throw in time. And that's going to lead us to the number 9 hitter, number 9, Tyler Porter, batting from the left side. Huff gets about a 3-step lead off of first. Leavitt ready. Here's the first pitch to Porter. May have been a pitch out there or misses outside. Regardless, it's 1-0. Tyler Porter, a 195 hitter this past year for Long Beach State. He singled in his last at-bat. struck out in the second as he hits one out to left field, but unfortunately for him, it's right at Hayden Keller, who makes the catch after drifting about 4 steps to his right for the second out. So it'll be back to the top of the order here for Tyler LeBrun's Miners as Justin Kirby digs back in. He drove in a run with a single on a hard chopper to the third and short hole, not to left in his last time aboard. 7 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Miners thus far. 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Chinooks as Kirby watches a breaking ball drop in for a called strike 1. So a 7-2 score here. Cody Huff at first for the Miners, Justin Kirby at the dish, and Eric Webb waiting in the on-deck circle as Kirby watches another one go by. So 0-2 the count. Other action going on in the ABL tonight, just one other game. It's a Battle of Anchorage as the Bucks and the Pilots squaring off at Mulcahy Stadium. That game is tied 1-1 in the bottom half of inning number 5. Leavitt ready and the 0-2 pitch in the dirt, and meanwhile Huff is able to get into second standing. He'll have no play on that one, so now the Miners have a runner in scoring position as Kirby has an opportunity to pick up an RBI for the second consecutive at-bat. Leavitt ready, working from the stretch off the left side of the rubber, gets his sign, the 1-2 on the way, another breaking ball again in the dirt. Good discipline here by Kirby, so the count even at 2-2. Leavitt ready, leans in and gets his sign from catcher J. Paul Fullerton. He's got what he likes. Working from the letters, checks the runner at second, now deals. It's a ground ball in the third and short hole. Cody Huff is rounding third. He's heading for home. The throw by Keller is not in time, or the throw was in time, but the ball popped out of the mid on the tag from J. Paul Fullerton. And a little deja vu there for Justin Kirby for the second consecutive at-bat. He drives in a run on a ground ball through the third and short hole, and the Miners now lead it 8-2. As Eric Webb digs in and hits a hard ground ball right to the third base line. Brazil throw across the diamond is not in time as the speedy Eric Webb is able to reach base. So for the 4th straight appearance of the game, Eric Webb has reached in all 4 plate appearances on the day for the Miners. 2 walks, 2 singles to his credit. So now the Miners threatening to cushion their lead even further. They've got 2 men on, 2 men out for Drew Williamson as the first pitch to him, a fastball that misses away for ball 1. The Miners have been feeling it offensively tonight after going through some struggles in their first couple of games, as the 1-0 to Williamson, a fastball that misses away, though he's falling behind now 2-0. Williamson on the night is 1 for 2. He doubled in a run back in the first, walked in the third, and grounded out to the pitcher in the last inning. He gets another shot at it here in the 5th as he takes strike 1, a fastball on the outside corner. So the count now 2-1, 8-2. Miners lead it over the Chinooks here in the 5th as the 2-1 to Williamson misses low. So the left-handed hitting first baseman's got a hitter's count for himself here, 3-1. Eric Webb on first, Justin Kirby on second. Leavitt ready at the belt. The 3-1 on its way, and Williamson fouls it off to the left side. That one will get out of play. So a full count here. The runners will be moving on the pitch. 3-2, 2 outs, 2 men on base. Miners lead at 8-2 and looking for more here in this top half of the 5th. Williamson taking a couple practice hacks. He's ready. Leavitt ready. Runners go. 3-2 pitch is low for ball 4. So Williamson is base for the third time today via a free pass. That's his second walk of the game. And now there are ducks on the pond for Tanner Carlson. Bases loaded, 2 down. Carlson already with 1 hit to his credit on the day. That was in the 4th where he drove into. And he'll have a shot at a few more ribbies here. First pitch to Carlson on its way is a breaking ball that drops a little too low for ball 1. Carlson 5 RBIs now on the season to his credit. He's up in the count 1-0 to Leavitt. Here's the pitch. Grounded towards third. Up with it, Brazil. He throws over to second, and it's not going to be in time. So the ball popped out of Corbett's glove. I think Williamson may have beat it to second anyway. It was going to be a bang-bang play regardless. Nonetheless, it's another RBI for Tanner Carlson. Another run scored for the Miners as they now lead it 9-2. They've got 7 runs now in the last 2 innings.
And that ball's been popping out of the Chinooks glove. It's that play at the plate. Could have been out 3, but the ball has popped right out of the glove and right there. Although they could have been safe at second, you never know. But unable to secure the ball in the glove there.
That's the second error of the inning for the Chinooks as the first pitch to Aaron Walters, the only returning member of the Miners 2018 squad, is in there for a called strike 1, a fastball low and away. Good locating there by Leavitt. As he tries to limit the damage for the Chinooks, it's 9-2 as Walters fouls one off and just misses the first baseline. So he's down now 0-2 with 2 down here in the top half of the 5th. Already 2 across here for the Miners in this half and looking for more. Walters digs in with an open stance from the right batter's box. Righty on lefty matchup here as the Texas A&M Aggie awaits Leavitt's 0-2 and a breaking ball in the dirt. Leavitt tried to get him to chase, but Walters not biting. So 1-2 our count. A 9-2 game. Miners leading in the top of the 5th. The 1-2 pitch, a fastball that misses inside. 2-2. Now the count for Joseph Lee, for Aaron Walters. Prior to this game, the Miners' season high in runs was 5, and they're threatening to double that here just halfway into this game as the 2-2 catches the outside corner for a called strike 3. Don't think Walters agreed with it, but nonetheless, the side is retired, but not before the Miners add 2 more to their lead. It's 9-2 through 4.5. Chinooks coming to bat in the bottom of the 5th. Will be a new pitcher for the Miners here as the Chinooks coming to bat in the bottom half of the fifth. It'll be left-hander Connor Butler, number 14, just finished his freshman year at Hawaii, a 5'11", 155-pound southpaw by way of Eagle, Idaho, as the first pitch to the number 9 hitting Pate Fullerton misses away for ball one. Butler, 1 appearance on the season, 1 hit allowed, strikeouts. Opponents hitting .250 against him as the misses as well, so 2-0 the count now to the 9th hitting shortstop Fullerton. Butler also 3 walks on the year at Hawaii, no decisions, 6.23 ERA, 4 1/3 innings of work. Made 4 appearances as the 2-0 is chopped over to second. Charging in is Porter, he gloves it, fires to Williamson in time for the first out of the inning. So Fullerton is set down, and that'll bring us back to the top of the order with Jess Davis. Davis struck out in the first and then doubled in the third as he makes his 3rd plate appearance here in the 5th. The first against Connor Butler, a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Butler working from the stretch. First pitch to Davis misses upstairs. So 1-0 is the count. Butler did not allow a run in his first 3 collegiate appearances for Hawaii. He's got 1 inning of work on the season thus far. As the 1-0 to Davis is a slap bunt down the third base line. Butler gets it, but there's going to be no play at first as a well-executed bunt by Davis there. Not much you can do about that one. So Davis picks up his 2nd hit of the ball game. The Chinooks have a runner here in the bottom of the 5th. Their 4th hit of the ball game, as the number 2 hitting Brandon Cody, the right fielder, digs in. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Davis gets about a 3.5 step lead off of first. Butler's first pitch to Cody is a fastball that misses inside. So 1-0 our count. Butler ready at the letters and throws over towards Davis. A good idea there, as Davis always a threat to steal a bag. He was 2nd in Division I this past year with 48 stolen bases in 57 attempts.
Dang.
The 1-0 to Brandon Cody misses inside, so 2-0 now the count. Butler ready, working off the left side of the rubber. Here comes the 2-0 pitch to Cody, and it misses upstairs. So 3-0 now our count as Cody goes and gets the sign from his 3rd base coach. Butler trying to regain his rhythm here. The 3-0 is on its way, and a fastball catches the inside corner. Called strike 1. 3-1 the count here. 1 man on, 1 man out. 9-2 the score in favor of the Miners as Cody gives this one a pretty good ride out to left field, and that one's going to 1-hop off the wall. Davis comes in standing at 3rd. Cody at 2nd with a standing double. His first hit of the night, the 5th for the Chinooks. And now they've got 2 runners aboard here, both in scoring position with 1 man out. So that's going to bring up Hayden Keller. He's got 1 homer to his credit on the year. That came against the Miners back on opening day. On the day thus far, he's 1 for 2, singled in the 4th as the first pitch to him, a fastball that misses. 1-2 now the count. One and 0 our count as Keller awaits the 1-0, and it misses, and Huff able to corral the balls. It popped out of his mitt there for a brief moment. 2-0. Keller digs in. Lefty on lefty matchup. Butler ready, gets his sign from Cody Huff. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. It is hit out to left field, and this one is going to drift out of play. So 2-1, the count. 2-1 count here to Hayden Keller. 9-2 Miners still leading it. There's one out. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball misses in the dirt. So hitters count here 3-1. For Hayden Keller. Butler is ready. Is hit well out to center field. Kirby retreats about 7 steps back, makes the catch in center. Davis is going to come in to score. And a sacrifice fly is what you can chalk that one up as Keller delivers with an RBI. And the Chinooks get one back here in the bottom of the 5th. We haven't had a half inning without a run since the bottom of the 2nd. In fact, that's been the only inning of the game where a run has not been scored. So a 9-3 game. Miners still leading it here in the bottom of the 5th. Runner on second, 2 men out as the first pitch to Ethan English is fouled back right towards us off the fence. So English down in the count, 0-1 to start. English, the cleanup hitter for the Chinooks, grounded out to short back in the 2nd and struck out in the 4th. The 0-1 pitch to him. Runs inside and it nicked him. Got him on the back there, so English will take first. Chinooks now have 2 base runners with 2 outs, still trailing by 6. They've got 5 hits to their credit on this one, also 3 errors. As Daniel Freeman digging in, he base on balls back in the 2nd and struck out in the 4th as pitching coach Jeff Erlab will go and have a word with Connor Butler. A right-hander is getting loose in the Miners bullpen right field. As Erlab will have a quick word with his lefty. And we'll be right back here in just a few moments. We'll take a short break. And meanwhile, while we were experiencing some difficulties, another run comes across to score for the Chinooks. As the ball got through into left field, a base hit for Daniel Freeman. He's able to get to second base as the throw home ran over Cody Huff's head to the backstop. So a 9-4 game now, as the Chinooks matching the Miners here in the 5th with 2 runs of their own, and they're looking to keep it going as J. Paul Fullerton digs in, the left-hander. It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup. Fullerton is 1 for 2 on the day. Popped out to the shortstop in the 2nd and then doubled last inning in the 4th as he takes a called strike 1. 13 runs already between these 2 squads here, and we're only in the bottom of the 5th as Butler will work to limit the damage here. Here's the 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball that misses just a bit low, so the count even now at 1 apiece. Fullerton stepping back in, taking a couple practice hacks. Butler is ready at the letters. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball drops in. Nice pitch there for a called strike 2. So it broke right over the plate. Good late movement there on that pitch as it's 1-2. 2 outs, 2 men on. Butler's ready. Gets his sign, the 1-2 pitch, a fastball catching the outside corner for a called strike 3. The Chinooks get 2 back here in the bottom of the 5th. We're through 5 at Lee Jordan Field. Miners lead it 9-4. Ricky Martinez leading things off here for the Miners in their half of the sixth as he takes a called strike one. New pitcher on the hill here for the Chinooks as it'll be number 29, left-hander Michael Barker, as his 0-1 pitch misses away, ball one. Barker just finishing his sophomore season at Taft University as the 1-1 pitch to Martinez misses away, 2-1. Barker, 6-3 record, 4.67 ERA in 69 and a third innings of work, 14 appearances, 13 starts. As the 2-1 is lined by Martinez, but a great snag by Joe Brazil. That was a screamer off the bat, and they don't call it the hot corner for nothing, folks, as Brazil just barely able to snag that one. That could have been extra bases. But instead, it's a loud out number one, and that'll bring up Colin Montez. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Barker digs in, gets his sign from the windup, and the first pitch by Montez is hit out to left. But another tough break for the Miners as it's right at Hayden Keller for out number two. And I tell you what, Nick, you're not going to be too displeased with those at-bats if you're the Miners. 2 straight line drives. Just not catching any breaks here in this top half of the sixth.
Yeah, they've been making solid contact. Just keep it up and they'll fall sometimes.
So Cody Huff digs in as Barker gets the first 2 outs of the inning relatively quickly as he misses to Huff here 1-0. Barker is ready from the windup. The 1-0 pitch, a fastball that misses just a bit upstairs. 2-0 the count. Barker, a brother on the team, Corbin Barker. As Barker's 2-0 is in there for a called strike one. Michael Barker, a returning member of the Chinooks. Last season, he was 4-3, 7.45 ERA, and 35 innings of work as the 2-1 to Huff misses away 3-1. Barker had 30 strikeouts and 29 walks in the 2018 Chinooks season as the 3-1 to Huff is laid off for ball 4. So Barker draws a free pass, and the Miners have a base runner here with 2 men down. And that's going to bring up Tyler Porter, the 9th hitting second baseman. Porter struck out his first time aboard, singled in a run back in the 4th, and then lined out to the left fielder in his 3rd plate appearance. He'll get a 4th hack at it here. Lefty on lefty matchup as the first pitch is just fouled off to the left side. That'll get out of play. Remember, folks, if a foul ball does damage to your car, you can always visit the fine folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. The 0-1 pitch to Porter is lined to left field, and Keller's not going to get this one as Porter's got his 2nd hit of the ball game. So the Miners making noise here with 2 down. A chance for a little 2-out rally here in the top of the 6th as the Miners have scored in 3 consecutive innings. As Justin Kirby digs in, he's got 2 straight singles to his credit in this one, both of which got him RBIs. He's 2 for 4 on the day and looking to add to it. Runner in scoring position. Porter gets his lead off first. Barker checks Huff at second. Checks him again, and the first pitch to Kirby, a fastball that catches the outside corner. Didn't look like Kirby fully agreed with that one, but it's still 0-1.
Good framing job by J. Paul Fullerton. Right on the edge of the strike zone. Framed it up perfectly for the umpire to give him a strike.
It's the name of the game as a catcher as the 0-1 pitch on the way from Barker. This one missing outside, so 1-1 now the count. 9 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Miners in this one. Chinooks, 4 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors. Barker gave up 6 earned runs in his last outing against the Miners last year as a 1-1 fastball catches the outside corner again as Barker living on that outside edge here in this at-bat. It's 1-2 with 2 down. Last time Barker faced off against the Miners, July 22nd, 2018. 6 earned runs allowed as he was roughed up in just 1 2/3 innings of work. as the 1-2 pitch on the way from Barker is popped up over towards the first base side. Freeman's drifting over, but he's not going to have a play on this one as it sails into the seats and will be a souvenir. So again, we'll go at it at 1-2. As the 6-foot, 215-pound left-hander is ready. Leans in and gets his sign from J. Paul Fullerton. He's still working stretch. Checks Huff at second. The pitch is upstairs. So 2-2 our count. Twos across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 men on base for the Miners here, as they're looking to push across 2 runs or potentially more for the second straight inning. Barker is ready. Here comes the 2-2 offering. Line drive, a frozen rope to left center field. That's going to be extra bases for Kirby. Huff is going to score easily, and Porter is into third. Kirby struts into second with a standing double. So the Miners now in double figures run-wise for the first time on the season. They lead it 10-4 here. And the situation will be repeated here. 2 men on, 2 men out. Miners now with a 10-4 lead, and Eric Webb looking to add to it. He's reached base in every plate appearance on the day thus far. 2 for 2, 2 walks, 2 singles. As he's got 2 more RBIs waiting for him here. Both of them are in scoring position, second and third. Barker's first pitch to Webb on its way. It's a fastball in the dirt. J. Paul Fullerton just able to corral, so 1-0 the count. Webb, a phenomenal junior season at Central Missouri this past year. 20 homers, 75 RBIs, 25 doubles. The pitch to him is popped up foul to the right side, and this one's going to get out of play behind us here in the press box. Miners also with double-digit hits for the first time in the year, as well as they pick up both their 10th run and hit of the game on that double from Kirby. He's now got an RBI in his last 3 at-bats. The 1-1 pitch to Webb is a breaking ball that misses just a bit upstairs, so Webb ahead in the count now 2-1. Webb, a .419 hitter this past year, .463 on base percentage, .847 slugging percentage, as the 2-1 is fouled back right towards us. And the count now even 2-2. Again, 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on base, and number 2 at the dish, looking to pad on to this Miners lead here in the 6th. Barker is ready. The 2-2 on its way is a lofted ball out towards right center. This is going to be a tough play. It's going to drop in front of Brandon Cody for a hit. Porter is going to score. Kirby follows suit. It's a 2-run bloop single out to right field for Eric Webb, as he is on fire to start his Miners career. Talk about a good debut. He's 3 for 3. He's now reached base all 5 times tonight. And the Miners just keep piling it on here. It's 12-4. As Drew Williamson digs back in, looking to add to the party as he watches a first pitch fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike 1. The Miners now with 10 runs in the last 3 innings. Barker checks Webb at first. Webb is off and running, and they will have no play on him at second as Webb slides in head first as he picks up the stolen base. But in the meantime, it's 0-2 the count on Drew Williamson, as the last pitch was able to catch the outside corner. Lefty on lefty matchup as the 0-2 pitch is fouled right back to the catcher for strike 3, and the side is retired. The Miners add 3 more as they continue to balloon their lead. It's 12-4 in favor of the Valley's finest after 5.5. Chinooks coming to bat in the bottom of the 6th when we return. Connor Butler back on the mound for the Miners here in the bottom of the 6th as he gets set to square off once again against the Chinooks. It'll be the 7-8-9 coming up for John Gross' squad as Mason Corbett digs in. The 7th hitting second baseman. It'll be a lefty on lefty matchup here to start this bottom of the 6th as the 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike one with the fastball. It's without a doubt been the best offensive performance of the season for the Miners thus far. 12 runs on 11 hits as they've laid it on the Chinooks here as the 1-1 pitch misses upstairs and inside. 2-1. Connor Butler now on for his second inning of relief work as he's ready at the letters, working from the stretch. The 2-1 is fouled off behind us, out of play, so we're even now at 2-2. Mason Corbett digging in, a Texas A&M Aggie this past year, a native of San Antonio, Texas. The 2-2 pitch is on its way, and they say that he went. Couldn't quite check his swing as Butler got him to chase the breaking ball. It's a strikeout to start the bottom half of the 6th. Good pitching there by Butler, and there's one down. And number 8 hitting 8th here as Joe Brazil digs in, the third baseman. The first pitch to him from Butler is flown out to right field. Running in and making the catch is Colin Montez. So one pitch for Joe Brazil, and there's now 2 down here in the Chinooks 6th, and that'll bring up the 9th hitting shortstop, Pate Fullerton. Another lefty on lefty matchup here. 2 down, nobody on for the Chinooks as Pate Fullerton takes a fastball missing away and high for ball 1. Pate Fullerton, as previously mentioned, the brother of J. Paul Fullerton, both members of the Chinooks, as the 1-0 pitch is fouled off to the left by Fullerton, out of play into the seats. Remember, folks, foul balls can do some serious damage to your car. If it happens to you, you can always visit the fine folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information as the 1-1 pitch, a late called strike number 2 by home plate umpire Marcus Dolan. Fullerton couldn't believe it. But regardless, it's 1-2 with 2 down as Butler looks to get through this 6th inning. 1-2-3. He's 1 strike away from doing so. Working at the letters, the 1-2 on its way. Breaking ball called. Strike 3. It dropped right over the plate there. Good late movement by Butler there on that breaking ball. And the side is retired. 1-2-3. Go the Chinooks. We'll hand it back to Nick Veland for the 7th, 8th, and 9th for you. We're through 6 at Lee Jordan Field. 12-4 Miners here on YouTube Live, as we're always happy to be bringing you Matsu Miners baseball.
And welcome back here in the top of the 7th. They lead 12-4 over those past 3 innings. Miners were able to tack on 10 runs as they extend their lead 12-4. Tanner Carlson to lead off for the Miners. Grounded it to Pate Fullerton that short. The throw to first in time for out number 1. Pitching change for the Chinooks as number 14 Brian Cardone will take over the mound and see what he can do here in the top of the 7th, as he is a Caddy, Texas native and currently attends Trinity University as a 6.75 ERA. Also in left field to sub out Hayden Keller is Trevor Cho for the Chinooks, as Aaron Walters will ground that to second baseman Mason Corbett. The throw over to first will be in time for a quick out number 2. So we have a pitch hitter coming in for the Miners, as number 10 Caden Hogan will come in Ricky Martinez's place. And here's the 1-0 pitch to him. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Caden Hogan, Reno, Nevada native, goes to Long Beach State, bats .250 there, as he's currently in a 1-1 count. That misses low for ball 2. 2-1's the count, as it it's around 9:15 here at Lee Jordan Field. Beautiful night for some baseball. And here's the 2-1 pitch. Catches that inside part of the plate for strike 2, excuse me. So we have 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th, as the Miners lead 12-4 in this ball game. Cardone toes the mound, kicks and deals the 2-2 pitch. Low for ball 3, and the count will go full. And here's the full count pitch. Lined to shortstop Pate Fullerton on the 1 hopper. The throw to first in time to Daniel Freeman. And that'll do it for the Miners. So 3 up, 3 down for the Miners, as they lead 12-4 going to the bottom of the 7th. And we're done stretching here at Lee Jordan Field, as it comes into the bottom of the 7th inning. Currently 62 degrees. sunny with some light winds at around 11 miles per hour from the southeast, as the top of the order for the Chinooks will come up to bat as Jess Davis looks to get things going for the Chinooks, as first pitch to him outside. Hits the outside part of the strike zone for strike one. And here's the 0-1 pitch to him in the dirt for ball one. Jess Davis 2 for 3 on the night with a double, a single, and a strikeout. As the count evens at 1-1. And here's the 1-1 pitch to him. Low for ball two. Popped it up to left field. Eric Webb under it. And will make the catch for out number one.
At the plate for the Chinooks, number 18, Brandon Cody.
So 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Connor Butler on the mound for the Miners, and here's the first pitch to Brandon Cody. Low for ball one. "12 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Miners, and here's the 1-0 pitch, grounded out of play for strike one. 4 runs, 6 hits, and 3 errors for the Chinooks, as the count evens out 1-1 with that foul ball. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Bounced off the the turf, but check swung was Brandon Cody, and while he was bringing it back off the bounce on the grass, hit his bat and out of play for a foul ball. So
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I haven't
In all my
either.
years of watching baseball, I do not think I have ever seen that.
Looks like Brian Cardone on the mound hasn't seen it either, as he's laughing, and Brandon Cody swung on and missed there for strike three, as he will be down on strikes for the second time tonight. As Hayden Keller will try and get things going with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to him outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Cardone toes the rubber, and here's the 1-0 pitch. Inside for ball two. 2-0 is the count. As that one's in there for strike one. And so this is actually not Hayden Keller, but Trevor Cho is up to bat as he pops it up to center field. Justin Kirby looks like he's under, and he is for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down, just like the Miners in the top of the 7th. The Chinooks in the bottom of the 7th go 3 up, 3 down, and the Miners still lead 12-4 going in the top of the 8th. And we go into the top of the 8th. Miners lead 12-4. A few defensive changes for the Daniel Freeman will go from first to pitching as designated hitter Ethan English will move to first base. And a change for the Miners as number 20 Marcos Castillo will step up and bat in place of Colin Montez to lead off the inning for the Miners. As the Miners are dominated this entire ball game with 11 hits and 12 runs. And their bats have been on fire since the get-go. As the first offering is in there for strike one from Daniel Freeman on the mound. Castillo, a native of Round Rock, Texas, goes to Coppin State. Bat 349 as he lines that one into right field. Brandon Cody under it for out number 1. So Cody Huff, will step in for the Miners with 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Huff just finished his senior year at high school out of Scottsdale, Arizona. And here's the first offering to him. Checked his swing there. Umpire says he went around, so that will be strike 1 to him. Cody Huff was the top Arizona high school position prospect for the class of 2019 and is planning on going to Stanford to study engineering in the upcoming semester as he falls behind 0-2. And here comes the 0-2 pitch to him. Grounded to shortstop. Pate Fullerton, the throw to first in time for out number 2. So the shortstop has been getting some action in the past 5 batters as 3 of the 5 were 6-3 groundouts to the shortstop, Pate Fullerton. So he's getting his money's worth out of this ball game as the Miners have 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Lined into center field as Jess Davis in center makes the catch, and Tyler Porter will be out on a line drive to center field. So that'll do it for the Miners. They lead 12-4 going to the bottom of the 8th. And welcome back here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Miners lead 12-4. First pitch swinging is Ethan English as he fouls that out of play. Connor Butler still on the mound for the Miners. Has been great in his relief innings as he's able to hold the Chinooks to a 12-4 lead as that curveball's in there for strike one. Excuse me, strike two. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on him, missed. Ethan English pleads his case that he tipped that ball. Umpires Marcus Dolan says, no, you didn't, and he's out on strikes.
Coming to the plate for the Chinooks, number 44, the first baseman, Daniel.
So Daniel Freeman will be up to bat as he pops that one up on the first pitch. Eric Webb says he has it, and he will for out number 2. So just like that, a quick 2 outs for the Miners as they will be working very efficient in these last couple innings, and that's what you love to see out of the pitching core and the hitting core as the bats and pitchers have been really coming alive in this ball game. That's what you love to see if you're a manager like Tyler LeBron and his squad. As Connor Butler has sat down the last 8 that have come up to the plate as that one runs inside for ball 1. J. Paul Fullerton steps up as he is 1 for 3 on the night. And Butler misses outside for ball 2. Has a double in the 4th as Butler will miss on ball 4. Excuse me, had that count wrong as J. Paul Fullerton will walk over to first. As substitution for Mason Corbett as Patty McCormick, excuse me, will come in to hit to see if he can get a little rally here for the Chinooks as Butler falls behind in the count 2-0 again with 6 straight balls for Butler. Now let's see if he can close this one out here. Here in the 8th, and here's the 2-0 pitch. Inside for ball 3. Cody Huff kind of hesitated there, waiting for the strike call, but it did not come as the count moves to 3-0. And here's the 3-0 pitch. In low for ball 4. So 2 straight walks for Butler. Puts Fullerton on second and McCormick on first, with Joe Brazil coming up to the plate. And it looks like Connor Butler's job of relief will be done. Great job, though, as he will come out as Coach Tyler LeBron comes in and to talk to him. No indication of an exchange yet, and it looks like he'll stay in. So it looks like Tyler LeBron will just have a few words of encouragement there for Butler. Get his head back in the game as he's walking off the field with some smiles there, so must have been joking around the mound. With the 12-4 lead, you can do that, as Butler will face number 8, Joe Brazil. As Brazil is 0 for 2 on the ball game with a strikeout in the 4th and a pop out in the 6th. Also was walked in the third as the 0-1 pitch misses for ball one. Butler looks at his sign, and here's the 1-1 pitch from him. In there for strike two. 1-2 is the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the eighth. Runners on first and second, though, threatening to score. The Miners, though, have some comfort in a 12-4 lead as the runner goes to third, but it doesn't matter on that curveball. That sinks right there perfectly for strike three. Great pitch there by Butler to close out the inning as the Miners lead 12-4 going into the top of the ninth inning. We'll have all that action for you next coming up in a few moments. Twelve-4 ball game here in the top of the ninth. Top of the lineup for the Miners as Justin Kirby, Eric Webb, and Drew Williamson all scheduled to bat here in the top of the ninth. Miners lead 12-4 on a gorgeous Tuesday night as it's 9:30, a little over 9:30 Alaska Standard Time. To all you joining us on the other 48 states, we welcome you to the beautiful state of Alaska, and here's the first pitch of Kirby. First pitch popped up as Ethan English will call off Daniel Freeman for the first out of the inning. We hope we fixed some technical difficulties that we had yesterday. We realized that the live stream might have been a little staticky, a little delayed, but we hope to have fixed it here. We'll work to see what we can do at Mulcahy Stadium tomorrow as we face off against the Bucks. But we hope that's as smooth as it is today. And we thank you for our patience as in the first couple of games we're just kind of testing some things out as the count goes to 1-0 to Eric Webb. Next pitch popped up to second baseman Mason Corbett. He's under it and has it for out number 2. So just like that, the Miners have 2 outs, but no need to worry with an 8-run lead. As first pitch to Drew Williamson in there for strike 1, the count goes to 0-1. Drew Williamson in the box, ready to go. Curveball just nicks him there, so he'll take first with the hit by pitch. Bringing up Tanner Carlson. Carlson is 1 for 3 on the night. 1 for 4. With a single in the 4th, ground out in the 7th, and a strikeout in the 1st. as Williamson takes his lead at first. Carlson, first pitch to him, grounded to shortstop Pate Fullerton. The throw to first in time for out number 3. So Miners lead 12. Has a little bit of a cushion going in the bottom of the 9th inning, looking for their second consecutive win. And that's only 3 outs away, and we'll have that for you in just a moment. And welcome into the bottom of the 9th inning. Miners 3 outs away from their second consecutive win as they lead 12-4. And to close it out for the Miners is number 22, Evan Floyd, out of Pensacola, Florida. Goes to St. Louis University. Had limited action there last year with only 3 innings pitched. And has a 0.0 ERA for those 3 innings. Chinooks, after this, go on a little road trip as they have seven straight away games, 6 of those being in Kenai, Alaska, where most teams only go there for 2 straight series on the season, as the Miners have that in early July, as the Chinooks are looking at a 4-game losing streak after this one if the score still stands. And here's the first pitch from Floyd, in there for strike 1. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside for ball 1, ran in on him. As other scores around the league, in the Battle of Anchorage, the Bucks lead 6-1 against the Pilots, as the 1-1 pitch is popped up. Ricky Martinez says he has it, and he does. Excuse me, that was number 10, Caden Hogan. Will make that catch for out number 1. So Bucks leading 6-1, looking to improve their record to 5-1, and the Pilots to 3-3. With the Miners win tonight, they'll move them to 3-3 and tied for second place, as the Chinooks will move down to 1-4, as the Chinooks and Oilers will be at the bottom of the league as they face off for 6 straight times. And here's the 0-1 pitch, lined into right field, will drop as number 22, Jess Davis, will get a single there to get things going for the Chinooks. But they're going to need a lot here if they want a shot at this one, as they are down by 8 here in the bottom of the 9th with 1 out. Brandon Cody up for the Chinooks. First pitch to him outside for ball 1. He is 1 for 4 on the day with a double, 2 strikeouts, and a ground out. as he's ahead in the count 1-0. And here's Floyd's 1-0 pitch. Grounded to shortstop Hogan. This could be two. The throw is second for one. In time to first, as the Miners will win this one on that 6-4-3 double play. Miners will win 12-4, as they have 12 runs on 11 hits and only 1 error, as the Chinooks have 4 runs on 7 hits and 3 errors. The Miners look to extend their winning streak tomorrow to 3 as they face off against arch rival Anchorage Bucks, as they will play them at 7 o'clock first pitch. And we'll have all that action for you here on YouTube, so I hope you guys can tune in. And from Lee Jordan Field, glad to be sitting next to Brandon Monty as always. And the Miners